Alrighty, we should be live. Let me just put this to the be right back screen here. I just do need to set up our Storm Chaser Freddy McKinney.
how long?
18 minutes.
That's a rip.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's great. Oh my gosh. These past couple of days have been rough, man. Well, I don't even know what else to say. Looks like Freddie McKinney has some emergency on his stream. He's got some EMS of some sort, or some chasers. So I'm gonna pull up his feed here to see what he's looking at, but it looks like he's helping out.
Stormrunner Media has what is likely a developing funnel cloud. Yeah, he's got a developing tornado here, guys. This is a live look from south of Littlefield, Littlefield, Texas. We have a developing tornado right now, or at least a very impressive funnel cloud about to touch the ground here. If you're in this area, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows and in an interior room. Yeah, we've got a definite funnel there. I mean, see, now it's starting to look more like Scud, but at least for a brief period of time in that Scud, we had a definitive funnel cloud. But again, at this point, it's mostly just rotating.
Yeah, watching Freddy right now, and looks like he's got a destroyed front of a car. I don't know if it got into a wreck, but the chasers on his feet are pointing to whatever SRM is looking at, I think.
Again, a lot of Scuddy activity ongoing here.
Yeah.
And again, we at least briefly had what resembles likely a funnel inside of those Scud clouds for a brief period of time, but now it's just heavily rotating Scud.
Let me know if you guys can hear me now. I was so confused. I was like, no one's tuning in. I realized why.
Won't produce right now because it sucked convection in the notch. We can say that that's a reason that this is going to slow down its tornadic production, but for one, that was about 15 minutes ago, and for another thing, that doesn't necessarily stop tornadic production entirely in every case. And again, like, right now, like what we're seeing here, I mean, obviously you got Scud clouds there in the middle, but it looks like we've got some resemblance of a rotating, at least lowering here in the storm. So it's not necessarily that we need to have you don't need to have perfect conditions for every tornado to develop. And the fact that it sucked in convection into the hook echo area is not necessarily a guarantee that this tornado is not going to be able to touch down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're all good for tuning in. Actually, I appreciate you for letting me know, Mr. Twister, because if I didn't know that, then I would have probably been live for an hour plus with no sound.
If it makes you feel any better, I accidentally premiered my video while I was live, and now it's doing terrible. So we both messed up.
Alright, I mean, it happens to the best of us.
I'm wondering what this is on the right-hand side of their screen that they're not switching over to. What is that? Guys, let's move the camera here.
What are you looking at?
Well, if you pull up Stormrunner Media, like, on the far right-hand side of the screen, I mean, there's a very impressive lowering, or at least it looks to be, from this angle, but, yeah, okay, there we go. I mean, yeah, we've got, okay, so they've moved it now, and it's pretty clear that there is something trying to touch the surface, and of course now they've turned around, but we'll see what happens.
Freddy's got peak chaser convergence with the Dominator 3. And, it's like everyone, it's like the whole team. They're all out there.
We just went over how that doesn't entirely kill tornadic production, but that's fine if you would like to say that.
Again, some sort of circulation or funnel cloud potentially trying to develop. This is south of Littlefield, Texas. Now, it's not confirmed, but Davis did say, according to Stormrunner Media, there's some sort of rotating Scud. So.
Well, and there was at least very briefly a funnel cloud. And again, there's many lowerings and scuddy clouds, and one thing to note is that almost every cloud in here is rotating. So.
My gosh, it's so funny to see all the chasers going down the same road and just the Dominator 3 behind them.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We'll be out there someday.
Maybe, if they're not dead by then.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why I said that. They're definitely not going to be dead, but...
R.I.P. Tim
There's a
Severus.
good chance that within the next 5 years we're out there, so...
Yeah.
I hope they're not dead.
Oh, I still can't believe I went that whole time with my stream muted. It's insane.
Alright, yeah. So, you got your new little hook echo pointing out there.
Yeah.
So, again, this is going to try to develop another area of circulation, most likely near Highway 385. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit more serious and a little bit more problematic, because we are starting to get into the region, at least, of Lubbock, Texas. Now, we're not saying, EF5 mega wedge coming for downtown Lubbock, but we are going to have at least a broad circulation in the general vicinity of Lubbock, Texas, which obviously Lubbock is a huge city, and relative to what we've been dealing with here for the rest of this, it's going to be a huge problem if we end up seeing really anything develop near the Lubbock Metro. So again, we got to hope that this doesn't decide to continue its intense rotation, but if it does, big time problem coming for Lubbock and surrounding areas.
Yeah.
That new hook is very clear now.
Do you think I have permission to, pop up SRM's feed for, a split second?
They literally said you could use it, I'm pretty sure, but...
Oh, they did?
Fine. I really think I may be wrong, but I'll ask them after stream, because I guarantee you they're not going to care, so...
Yeah, I just don't want to bother their copyright.
They're not going to be bad, bro.
Alright. But again, that new hook echo trying to point out of the storm will be approaching Roundup, Texas here over the next couple minutes. But this is a very slow-moving storm, and that's pretty much what these storms have been doing over the past couple of days. We actually had one tornado warning yesterday. It was stationary from the National Weather Service there, but this storm is moving east at 10 miles per hour. So, again, you don't need to freak out if you're in any of these areas, about running out of time to take shelter, but you want to make sure that you're still gathering all your important documents and making sure that you're getting into a safe spot.
Yeah, for sure. And again, keep in mind, guys, this storm is moving east at 10 miles per hour. If it continues moving at that speed, on average, it is going to be at least 3 more hours until it makes its way for downtown Lubbock. So there is a good chance that it weakens out significantly by then.
Yeah.
I don't think reputations are cooked, because this has just been, again, for a lot of people in the field of meteorology, you will know these past few days have been very, not necessarily very unexpected, but I will tell you, very few people were able to call out yesterday's unbelievable tornado outbreak.
And today even, we went to bed with a marginal risk in this area, and we now have a 30-hatched hail and a 10-hatched tornado risk. So these events have been uptrending at the last minute like crazy, and they also have been overperforming in terms of a tornado threat, talking about yesterday. So we're not saying that's going to happen today, but another case of these uptrending last minute is today. So, again, this is something that, it's an area that has been getting absolutely just pounded over and over by severe weather. I mean, this has got to be like 3 or 4 days in a row of, slight or enhanced risks, with the main hazards being hail and tornadoes.
Yeah. So, again, very clear that we've got some broad rotation here, again, just west of Anton at the moment. You can kind of see it redeveloping there along Road 597. So, if you're out here in this area, make sure that you are staying in your safe spot. And again, if it continues on the track, it will be in the general vicinity of Lubbock, Texas. Again, we're not saying it's going to go right through Lubbock, but it's going to go quite close. Again, it'll at least make its way through whatever county it is that Lubbock's in. I don't remember the name, but and they did actually just update that tornado warning there for Anton. It is still warned for tennis ball sized hail and radar indicated rotation.
But if you're in Looms Chapel, you guys can go ahead and get out of shelter. Because at this point the storm has moved past you. But at one point you could see a much more well-defined hook echo there. Trying to develop north of with Thurl. But it looks like it's starting to kind of tuck back into the storm. So we'll see if that inflow starts to pick up again. But again, you're still going to need a lot of that RFD to start, ripping again for this to go tornadic. So we're going to just, continuing to watch this. But according to radar, rotation isn't too significant. But again, we have, about 10 minutes ago, reports of rotating scud.
Look at, this structure, man. I mean, you could, I had no idea what radar looked like if I was blindfolded on the radar, and if this was the first frame I saw on Storm Media's feed, you could legitimately trick me into thinking that this is a wedge tornado. Again, it's not, but very low-hanging and just extremely heavy precipitation clouds there, southwest of Anton. And again, I will note the newest velocity scan, again, incredibly clear now that we've got rotation approaching with Thurl, Texas. And again, eventually Roundup, Dean, and Shallow Water are going to be in the general vicinity. So if you're in this region, make sure that you are prepared to seek shelter if necessary. Again, right now your rotation is going to be located right over Concho Road near Yellow House Draw.
Looks like that hail core is starting to really come back here, back up to 72 dBZs.
Brand new severe thunderstorm warning just issued as well. That's going to be going out for sections of Alabama. This is for our bow echo here that we've been dealing with through south central Alabama actually now for a while. This is for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. So if you're in Goodwater or Alexander City, as well as central portions of Autauga County, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately, because I would not be shocked to see some 60 to 65 mile an hour wind gusts there along I-65 near Clinton.
Again, that was previously warned for 70 miles an hour towards Billingsley, Deatsville, and Clinton, but it looks like it's starting to just barely weaken out. But again, as that crosses I-65, still some damaging winds are going to be certainly possible.
Yeah. So, again, obviously a numerous amount of chasers out here right now on this, and for good reason. Okay, our rotation is, again, very clear and actually getting quite strong now. Getting increasingly concerned here for areas east of Thurl, Texas. It also looks like this is taking a very sharp turn to the south, because actually what happened here is our rotation died and it did a low velocity couple of handoff, and that new area rotation is moving south-southwest. So with Thurl, Hodge, and Levelland, Texas, you need to be seeking shelter immediately. We've got strong tornadic rotation heading your way, and I would be willing to bet that within the next 5 to 10 minutes you're going to be under the new tornado warning here.
We have 2 Dows actually on the storm.
Wow.
And a ton of chasers. I mean, I counted like 20 cars after just watching Freddy's stream for like 10 seconds. So we're gonna be kept up to date here with information if this gets on the ground. But the structure with this supercell, again, like David said, is pretty unbelievable from all sides here. I mean, it's just incredible what these storms can do.
So that new velocity scan there showing a still pretty impressive velocity couple. And again, this is going to be going right into Withorl, Texas, within the next couple of minutes. So if you're in Withorl or along Kansas Road, you need to be seeking shelter immediately. Again, very clear area of tornadic circulation just northeast of Withorl right now, heading your way. Again, I'm kind of surprised they didn't already put out a new tornado warning, but if I had to guess, the next tornado warning here is going to look something like this. There's a chance it includes Levelland, Texas, so if you are in Levelland, make sure you are prepared to seek shelter. Again, Levelland's obviously our second biggest population center just after Lubbock, within, a 50-mile radius or so. So we got to watch out for this.
Yeah. What's up, Caleb Henderson? First time watching, listening to me. We've had stormy weather in Dallas area over the past few days. Looks like it's fizzled out until next week. Any suggestions for the best weather apps? So, yeah, it's actually a great question. So, if you are talking about, just forecast weather app, honestly, I would go with just, weather.com, the Weather Channel. They have a great app, but AccuWeather it's decent for a couple days forecast, but when you're looking at the long range, you really want to stick to the most reliable sources there. But MyRadar is also a very good option to use. But if you're getting into tracking these storms across the country, and you're looking for a very powerful radar app, I would honestly go with Radar Omega or Radar Scope. Honestly, I'd say those are the two best buys. I mean, if you are, just looking to get it on your mobile device, Radar Omega is $9.99, I believe. So, again, not a sponsor, but definitely a very good choice if you're looking for a good radar app to use when tracking storms.
Yeah. I'd like to point out we do have a upgrade to our severe thunderstorm warning for the north side of Amarillo. This is now a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for baseball-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. So if you are in Bishop Hills or any of these far northern communities in downtown Amarillo, make sure that you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately.
Yeah, no problem, Caleb. So again, that is baseball-sized hail falling on the north side of Amarillo.
That is baseball-sized.
Yeah, wow. The hail core is starting to look much more significant on our Antone storm here. Again, measuring 70 plus dBZs for a pretty wide area. If we look at our vertically integrated liquid, you can see, yeah, that is a giant maxed out area there. So if we measure that, you can see.
Oh, we have a tornado on the ground. Sorry, we have a huge tornado on the ground via Stormwater Media's feed.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's check that out.
So, ongoing tornado via Stormwater Media here.
Oh, that road, Iowa Road, and you go south on that. Oh, there's Big Stone.
Yeah, ground circulation there very clearly. They just zoomed out a long ways, but
wow.
They've got a tornado on the ground there. If they would zoom back in, I know they're driving obviously and stuff, so it's very hard to do that. But I think again, if they turn their camera back over to the left, we had ground circulation there, so I'm 99% sure we have an ongoing tornado. And it's also on Freddy's stream, apparently. That's what Mr. Twister just said. And, again, it is on the ground.
Alright, yeah, so let's tune into Freddy here and take a look.
This underwent another replacement in its hook echo, so this is going to go dangerously close to Withorl, or whatever this town is pronounced. Yeah, it's weird, Sam. Like, there was no visible condensation funnel.
Yeah, but there was
ground circulation.
Tiny bit of ground circulation there. Oh, okay, I don't know if you guys see that on the center of Freddy's screen, but that could definitely be a funnel lowering. You know what, that actually might be a tornado dropping. Look at Freddy's stream, yeah, that I think that might be, unless it's good. It's so hard to tell.
Well, Stormwater Media definitely had something on the ground. There was a lot of ground circulation for a brief period of time, so it may have been like a very brief, skinny land spout, but
whatever this is, it's rotating really rapidly, and it's there's rising motion. So whatever this is, it's rotating and it's trying to drop. So Freddy's in the notch right now, so he's approaching some sort of very strong rotation here. Again,
Look
that
how fast those clouds are moving around.
Yeah, look at that.
It looks like last time it produced a tornado further north.
Yeah, I don't know if he's near SRM, but right now it looks like we might have seen a brief touchdown, but it's really trying to put something down again.
Oh, it's on the ground again. It's on the ground. Huge ground circulation. Wow.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that in the center.
Ongoing tornado via storm under media.
Ongoing tornado also on Freddy's stream. Look at the reflectivity now.
Oh my goodness, I can't get over that. On the ground tornado now. This is a big time tornado.
Wow.
If you're in this area, seek shelter immediately.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that ground circulation there. It's huge. You can see how low those clouds are, but it's such a giant area.
And again, that's going to be just southeast of Withorl, Texas. So if you're in this area, we need you to be, again, in your safe spot. I don't know why they have not extended this tornado warning yet. This tornado is legitimately unwarned right now. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, we know for a fact that we've had at least 2 brief ground circulations with this. And there we go. Yep, there's another one. Oh my goodness. Shoot. Yeah, so that is right now hitting some structures. I don't know what those structures are, if they're homes or whatnot.
There's a home. I see it. A home just got hit. Oh, there's damage. Okay. Yeah, this is not good.
Wow.
Look at that.
Tornado, guys. Look at that motion. This is an ongoing tornado via storm under media. Again, big time tornado on the ground in Texas, and this is getting larger.
The ground circulation is becoming much more well-defined.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah, that's... wow. It just went past a home there. It's about to impact that tree line. So, again, this is live right now from SRM. Big time tornado in progress here near Withorl, Texas. So
Look at that motion, dude.
Yeah, very significant tornado in progress here. This is unwarned. We do not have a tornado warning in effect, and we have a tornado on the ground.
Yeah, so again, unwarned tornado now in Texas.
Yeah.
They've reissued a severe thunderstorm warning for it, which is interesting. But
they do not have the tornado possible tag, so I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna issue one here any second. But again, this is a tornado in progress via multiple chasers. We're lucky that all of our chasers are on this one storm here. So we're getting all angles of it. But yeah, Freddy's...
What you're gonna want to do is, if you are in this severe thunderstorm warning polygon, we want you to treat it like it's a tornado warning, because again, it's for the same storm. So if you are in Updike West, Smire, or as far west as Leveland, I would say you need to be in your safe spot.
Yeah, so looks like Freddy's behind SRM right now. Still looking at some very rapidly rotating clouds. Yeah, holy crap, that's insane, man. The scud is just crazy. Looks like some scud fingers tickling the ground.
Oh my gosh.
I brought it back.
So if you're in this area, seek shelter. And it's legitimately just, again, pretty much sitting here. I mean, it's moving south very slowly, at about 10 miles an hour. Again, unwarned tornado here, likely still ongoing. Northeast of Leveland, Texas.
Holy crap, look at the hail.
Yeah.
Or unless those are crops.
Yeah, I think that's just cotton.
Oh. Dude, look how fast the scud is rising.
Yeah.
Is that a funnel off to the left-hand side of SRM's feed?
That's what I'm wondering right now. I think that's just some interesting cloud development.
Alright.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I'm the original Does Weather, and also, even if I wasn't, I was Davis Does Games for a long time before that, and even before on YouTube, I was Davis Does Games on Twitter in 2019, so not a competition or anything, but if it was... These cats are just running loose.
Looks like they have issued a new severe thunderstorm warning here. This is for parts of far southeastern New Mexico for Oil Center. This is going to be for 70-mile-an-hour winds and golf ball size hail, so if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows. This is approaching Hobbs, which is an area that I remember covering in October. I still don't know why, but I remember very vividly covering a tornado that impacted that area back in October.
Well, because that was like one of your first streams.
I think it was my first tornado ever that I've ever covered.
I think that's right, yeah.
So I think that's why I remember it.
There was a rope near Hobbs. Reportedly tornado with that New Mexico storm. Oh, it's okay, so Reed's on it. How did Reed get all the way down there?
Wait, there's no way. Reed is not on it, guys.
Oh, okay, he said last year, okay.
Oh.
I was like, what?
I was like, he was just with Freddy a moment ago.
Like 30 minutes ago, what happened? Look at all that dust being kicked up, man, wow.
Yeah, still a pause. Oh, there's damage. Is that a damaged home, or is that just an outbuilding?
That was like that.
Oh. This is such peak chaser conversions.
Yeah. I saw Ryan Schultz's birthday
Oh, yeah, it is.
on Twitter, so.
Everyone's saying, like, happy birthday to the man that's, like, the greatest at breaking windshields.
I mean, honestly, yeah. It's better than hitting a turkey, though.
That's true. I think that's, Jordan Hall off to the right there. Yeah, and there's
On here, guys, is just the lowering in these clouds. Again, there's nothing ongoing confirmed. We've got, again, a lot of scuddy action here, and that's what's always the scary thing, is because a lot of times we think that there's a lot of scud, and then, you know, we just see a ground circulation appear. It's not ideal.
Yeah. You could see that rotation, though, in the center of the screen there. So, very rapidly rotating scud here. Let me check Twitter for updates.
So, news velocity scan there, again, it looks like things are a little less impressive, but again, this storm has gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Again, we've been covering one supercell genuinely now for 2 hours, which is not something that happens a lot whenever it's literally just one supercell.
Looks like PA storm trackers are actually on this, and they got the main, like the big tornado.
Are you sure that's today, or are you seeing yesterday's?
This is today. 1 hour ago. Big dusty tornado on the ground near Beulah, Texas.
Alright.
Oh, look at SRM. You can see a little bit of a funnel potentially trying to drop there. Do you see that?
I don't necessarily see a funnel.
Look in the middle. Is that not a funnel? I guess not.
Oh. We do have a pretty clear mezzo, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got two separate areas of very broad velocities. The one that Storm Media is seeing is the one just south of Withal, Texas. Again, we have their feed going in and out because this is obviously a horrible signal area, even whenever there's not severe storms and tornadoes ongoing. But we're likely going to see this develop a little bit further here as we go into the future. It's entirely possible that this does respin up another very brief little tornado that has been pretty consistent trend with this storm all day. I was going to say these storms, but it has legitimately been one.
Yeah, I mean, all the other storms are just dropping some big-time hail and producing damaging winds.
Yeah.
Could have some broad rotation just to the northeast of Vega, Texas. Very broad and very weak, but definitely something to note. Just kind of emerging there.
Yeah.
It's going to be off to the west of our storm, currently producing baseball-sized hail. This is north of Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo.
It's called Amarillo.
Amarillo's insane. Amarillo. It looks like that new warning is actually for golf ball size hail, so they actually have downgraded the warning there.
Well, and that's why this storm, I think, has been struggling so much to... I mean, it's been producing tornadoes, but it's been struggling so much to keep them on the ground for more than 2.5 seconds. And I think this placement of this boundary, it is like... I mean, we are just seeing these tornadoes just barely drop for, again, I don't think any tornadoes lasted more than 30 seconds for the past, hours. So, with this storm here, and it's been happening over and over again. It looks like it's about to happen again here. We may have a developing tornado. Yeah, things are getting pretty low, and then we wait for that ground circulation. Wait for it. It may appear. We'll see what happens, but we've definitely got something trying to develop here on Storm Intermedia's feet again. Do we have ground circulation? Not yet.
Yeah, look at Freddy's as well. Wow.
It just takes one little second here for that all to change.
Getting super low there with a lot of rising motion. Yeah, that's a developing tornado, I think.
Yeah.
Now it's falling apart again.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Well, it's because of the placement of this boundary. These storms are trying to latch onto it, but they just don't quite succeed because of the exact placement of it. Again, it looks like this is just so unbelievably close, though. And again, it is hard to say. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's definitely either a intense rotating wall cloud or a funnel developing now.
Yeah.
If it's a funnel, that's going to be like a crazy sidewinder, but I think it's just a big old wall cloud that we're seeing develop there on Storm Intermedia's feet right now. And again, that is getting very low. So again, if you are in this area, you need to be in your safe spot. Potentially a tornado trying to develop here just southeast of Thorol. Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness, it's so low.
Look at Freddy too. Yeah.
This is gonna touch down.
This
is so close.
This is like the fourth brief. This is gonna be like the fourth brief tornado from this one cell, right?
Well, fourth brief one, yes, but we've had way more than 4 in total.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dude, it's trying so hard.
It is, and it just keeps like.
It's good.
Wait,
is it on the ground?
I can't tell. No.
Oh my gosh, it's trying so hard. Dude, it's so close to the ground, but it keeps falling apart.
That is so unbelievably close.
This is the closest it gets. It's about halfway from the ground here.
I mean, yeah, we can see now from the wide view that obviously that is a very clear lowering. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Wow. It's got that. Look at that dusty color there.
I know, it's like weird. Oh my! It's like it picked up that dust into the clouds.
Dude, it's drying again. Look, it's going back down. Gosh.
Oh my goodness! It's trying so hard.
It really is.
It's so close.
Man.
Well, it looks like that is done. It occluded just as fast as it got intense there.
Oh yeah, it's there's I think Ryan.
But yeah, we'll continue to watch this here. Again, we have seen so many little low rings pop out of this thing and then retract and then pop out, retract, pop out, retract, like they do to the placement of this boundary. And then, again, I mean, it's just going to keep trying and trying. And We'll see how many times it succeeds. Again, at this point, I kind of want it to succeed, and that does not make me a monster, because this is a extremely rural area. Nobody lives out here. It's not basically nobody. It is nobody in the track of this. So I kind of want to see this touchdown, just to see how photogenic these things would really be.
Yeah.
And how long they could possibly last. Again, big old wall cloud there on the left-hand side of Summoner Media's feed at the minute.
Yeah, look at that, guys.
Look at that wall cloud.
Holy crap. Dude, everything about this supercell is beautiful. Alright, he's trying to get ahead of it now. Is that DL?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, big old wall cloud. We may see something develop along it there.
Yeah, it's really trying hard, guys.
I don't know how we don't even have the tornado possible tag on this.
Yeah. I just realized we don't even have a tornado warning.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically not... Okay, look at that. Oh, my goodness. That is such a low-hanging wall.
Wow.
What is going on?
That is so cool.
It's unbelievable.
Dang. This is why Texas is the best chasing country. You can see things for miles. Yeah.
I get that in terms of West Texas and Central Texas, but Eastern Texas is a little more populated. It starts to feel like Dixie again.
Yeah. I mean, the Panhandle.
Yeah, the Panhandle's where it's at.
Yeah.
And like southeast New Mexico.
Yeah. Like Hobbs.
Lubbock.
Gosh.
Trying. Again, big old wall cloud.
Ton of scud up there, too.
It is trying.
It's so hard.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want a wedge EF0 in a place where nobody lives.
Yeah.
Be 58 miles wide.
Just like Hawley, Texas, yesterday.
Did we actually have a tornado near Hawley?
The wedge yesterday.
Well, it was closer to other towns, though, than Hawley.
Yeah, but Hawley was in the PDS. I think. Yeah, it was. Yeah, dude, that's amazing.
Hello?
There we go. I don't know why it, like, kicked me out.
My phone died. By the way, Hawley was not in the phone. You're thinking of Matador. By the way, Hawley was not in the PDS. I think you're thinking of Matador.
Oh, that might be it.
Hello?
Hello?
You leave? Hello?
Can you hear
I
me?
can't really hear him. Leave? I can't really hear him. I don't know what's happening. But...
Alright, 1 second, everybody. Just having some brief technical difficulties. There we go. Hold on, can you hear me fine? Can you hear me fine? Hello? Hello? I don't know what's up, but... Yeah, look at that from Freddy. Again, he's right in front of that hook echo there. Just unbelievable storm.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, bet. Alright, there we go. I don't know what happened.
By the way, I think you're thinking of Matador, Texas, because Holly was not in the PDS yesterday.
Yeah, it was Matador. I don't know why I said Holly. But yeah, it was Matador.
And guys, I can't check screen checks. My phone died. I guess I could bring it up on here real quick since we're about to end off anyways. I do unfortunately have to go in a couple of minutes here.
Oh, dang. Yeah, big time hail core developing. 73 DBZs there.
Alright, chat. How we doing?
Honestly, the entire coverage of storms hasn't been too impressive so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just been the one, and obviously, in today's situation, at least, it only takes one, and again, you're getting like a 1-for-5 deal here, because, I mean, we've seen at the very least 5 different, tornadoes with this, potentially up to 10 or 15.
That's insane.
Smallest mesoscale ever. Is there a new mesoscale?
It sucks you have school on Monday, nothing you can do about it. You probably go live around this time Monday. Yeah, I mean, if I can, I'll be here.
Look at that meso. So, in this mesoscale discussion, they do mention cyclic supercell with large hail and periodic tornado risk persists close to the Lubbock area. And they mention all that cool air coming off from the east, the rightward propagation being a possibility as this cell continues to move further off to the south. So again, anywhere in this little mesoscale discussion, the Storm Prediction Center and the National Weather Service believe that this supercell is going to have to travel through with the potential of damaging wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour, a strong tornado or two, and hail in between large apple and softball size, all with this one singular supercell.
Wow.
So, pretty incredible stuff to see. So again, before I end off here, I think what I'm going to say is be on the lookout for the rest of the night. Again, even if it's just this one supercell that we see for the rest of the night, this supercell has an incredible environment to work with. It's got plenty of cape, plenty of shear. It's got itself a nice amount of boundaries, and it's got several different more what's the word I'm looking for? More specific meteorological features working with it that are going to lead to this thing becoming pretty dangerous here. Not becoming pretty dangerous, but continuing to be pretty dangerous over the next couple of hours. I mean, guys, this has been a supercell that has been tornadic for 3 hours straight now. And if you think that it's going to stop there, I mean, I don't know why you would. Again, this thing has an even better environment to work with now than it did whenever it first developed. So, again, that's not me saying that this is going to produce another strong tornado, but it is certainly going to have the potential to. And even if it doesn't, it's going to, again, continue to drop all those huge hailstones that we've been seeing. Those destructive wind gusts are going to be possible. And overall, just a pretty nasty situation here. And again, that's going to be in a very small corridor, likely in between Levelland and Lubbock, Texas, over the next couple of hours. So, again, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. We're probably not going to be back later tonight. Honestly, we may do like a really late night chill stream, but probably not. Again, we will be back tomorrow as we are going to be watching for another threat of severe weather across portions of the southern plains as well as sections of New Mexico there once again. Again, this is like day 5 or 6 in a row of having at least a marginal risk in the Texas Panhandle. Probably going to get upgraded to a slight risk, but again, that's all I got for you guys today. So thank you all for tuning into this live stream, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
Nice work.
Alrighty, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, see ya.
Deal.
What's up, Sean McGuyan? Am I saying that right? But again, if you're just tuning in, we are covering our major tornado outbreak here across portions of the Texas Panhandle into portions of New Mexico. We did actually just recently get a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Bard, San John, and Grady, New Mexico, for the threats of $half size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. You can see that supercell kind of pretty long here. It looks like it did merge with our other one here. I guess it's just been one supercell, but they're kind of merged together at this point, and they are developing a pretty large hail core there. I do have a pocket of some stronger, more intense winds north of Bellevue. just to the east of Grady, New Mexico. So right into here is where we could have some stronger winds. But again, pretty decent hail core starting to develop with that storm. And it is just barely maxing out the vertically integrated liquid, so. Yeah, these things are exploding pretty high up in the atmosphere, about 51,000 feet. But again, this supercell here, moving into the western side of Lubbock, Texas, still producing very strong rotation. Yeah, look at that. If that's still a velocity couplet, holy crap, yeah, that is. So, rotation is once again picking up here, just to the east of withdrawal. So, if you're in this area, make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows in your safe place. Again, Storm Radar Media, trying to give us a good view of what we got going on underneath that storm, but it looks like rotation is starting to pick up once again. So we'll see if they got anything. Yeah, look at the structure on that, man. All of that there is rotating. Weak connection now. You're having a thunderstorm tomorrow. You're gonna have 0.19 inches of rain tomorrow. Where are you at?
My girl.
Sorry about that, everybody. So next scan here, that could have been contamination. They did kind of line up with our hook echoes, so not really sure, but still very significant rotation trying to develop there. And yeah, look at that wall cloud.
Motion with burn to sail into Lubbock later this evening. It is entirely possible the sun remains to the west.
There's 37 days until hurricane season. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close. That's for sure. Let me know if you guys like the new new stream kind of setup here. I did try to center the text on the bottom. It does look much cleaner now, so that's good. And I did put text on the top there. So it looks like everything's working fine. So we're honestly going to roll with this throughout the rest of severe weather season. I mean, honestly, there's nothing much that I really feel like we need to add. We've got chasers, we got our risk area, obviously got our scrolling text at the bottom, so honestly we should be good. But again, all the support helps, because I would not be doing this without you guys. Yeah, Slum looks like it's going through a merger here near Hodge, so we'll see if that enhances the tornado potential. So far, mergers have been the only thing that's really killing the tornado potential, just the tornadic aspect of this particular cell over the past couple minutes. So we're hoping that that's gonna kind of decrease its intensity. We have a mess of severe thunderstorm warnings out here north of Amarillo. it looks like they have replaced that severe thunderstorm warning that for baseball-sized hail now with one that's warned for tennis ball-sized hail. So again, it's the supercell here that's producing, again, very large hail with that 70-plus dBz hail core. You'll hear me say that a lot. But usually a sign we look for, with these storms, is that if they do have dBz values over 70, that usually means that we're seeing hail in the neighborhood of at least, golf ball size, likely higher there. So if we look at the vertically integrated liquid, you can actually see a pretty large signature there, maxed out at about 79.54 kilograms per meter squared. So I know a lot of that may not make sense to you. Basically, that just means that we're seeing some pretty large hail falling in this general area. So wherever you see the purple, the red, and the blues here, that's where you're going to likely see the large hail. So again, the higher up on the kind of scale you go here, the larger the hail is. And so wherever the darker blues, and sometimes we even get into the 80 dBz's, which again, that's in the most extreme cases, but that's what we look for when forecasting for large hail here. And at this point, we're now casting as well. I wonder if I could keep it like this. Hold on. Now I'm going to exit radar. I'm just wondering, can we... Nope. Okay. Alright, back down to our storm here near Eunice, New Mexico. This is, that severe warning is for Oil Center. It's now been downgraded to quarter-size hail as well as 60-mile-per-hour winds, so if anything, this storm has been kind of decreasing in intensity there. So nothing much that we really need to worry about with that storm. Back over here toward tornadic supercell near Lubbock. There's that merger coming in. I don't know if this is the hook echo developing, but we could have something trying to develop here with more inflow developing. Again, like David said, it's the placement of that boundary that's really hindering the development of these supercells. If this was in the right spot, we could have had a huge tornado event today, which I'm not saying today's going to be a bust, but for a 10% hatch, I'd say it's performing a little below average. We will see more supercells produce tornadoes later today, but as of right now, the most tornadic activity we're seeing is from this one cell. Alright. So they do have the tornado possible diagonal storm as well. We do have a flash flood warning in effect for Littlefield and surrounding areas, so these are the areas that just saw the impact from that big time cell. Alrighty. Well, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to end off only because we're not really seeing too much action at this point. I think the cell is starting to kind of lose steam out here as it approaches the west side of Lubbock, Texas. But we don't really have any, we don't have any destructives at the moment, so the biggest hail we're seeing is, again, up to tennis ball size, which is pretty large, but usually I'd stay alive if we had a destructive, but no tornado warnings in effect. I mean, we're not really expecting too much action for the next couple of minutes here, and, next hour or so. We will be back if needed, but I will say that this event has been pretty tame so far, so again, I appreciate all of the support for today's stream, but I do need to go eat dinner anyways as well. So I appreciate all of you for tuning in, and that's gonna be it for the most part, right? So thank you all for coming to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.